Listeners be advised. The Soliloquy podcast discuss matters related to the human experience and many that are sexual in nature. Due to this, some conversations may surround triggering topics such as sexual violence, self-harm, abuse, and much more. Please be advised, a list of crisis and psychological resources will be available in the show notes of this episode. With that said, let's get started with the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please as we go through the following safety instructions.
In the event that there is a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen mask will drop from the overhead. Place the mask over your nose and mouth. Breathe normally as oxygen is flowing even if the mask is not inflated. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Soliloquy podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. This is your favorite host, Vernon T. Scott, also known as Slaytor Jackson, and for you freaking motherfuckers out there, Sebastian Adams. On today's episode, we're running it back and bringing back that old time discussion of online versus traditional dating. And with me, I have Lucas. How are you doing today, good sir?
I'm doing good, thank you.
That's great to hear. And this is your first time being on the podcast. It's also a whole new season. So it's a lot of new things going on, a lot of new changes, and a lot of great things, and a lot of excitement. So, for the podcast family, do you mind just letting everybody know a little bit about yourself? Like, who are you? What do you like to do? Your background, all this other stuff. Who the fuck are you, Lucas?
All right, my name's Lucas, and I'm new to Georgia, moved from Washington State. I don't do a whole lot. I thought I would go out and do more, but I still just play video games.
A good life, a good life. What video games?
Minecraft and The Sims most of the time.
So I don't know if Sims 5 is going to be out by the time that this airs. I hope it is, because I definitely want to get it, and I really hope that they make it for like more than just the computer system like they did with like Sims 4. I need to bust out my Sims 4 because it's been a long time. But anyways, are you planning on getting Sims 5?
Oh, definitely. I haven't really looked into anything though. Do you know when it comes out?
I have no idea. The expectations, well, because for the audience, we're in September while recording this. And if you have not picked up on it, well, if you're new to the show, you probably think that all of these are like released weekly, like we're recording weekly. No, I do evergreen content. That way I can have time for myself, self-care things. So this has been recorded in September of 2022. Surprise. So I say that because the next thing I was going to say is that it is expected that Sims 5 comes out next month, which is October of 2022, but there's no guarantee.
Oh, that's awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah, and there was I saw because there's somebody I follow under my freak Twitter who is like a gamer, and he was like retweeting some of the stuff about Sims 5, and I think there was like a leak of some of the graphics from the game, and then you had people just like, "Oh no, it's too realistic. I'm not feeling it, making more cartoonish." And I'm just like, "Look, I play The Sims to have that be my reality for a while.
Exactly.
I don't care how cartoonish or how realistic the game is, as long as I can thrive as the character that I built and also accidentally kill at least one character that moved into my house, then I'm good. And also, if I could catch a fight, and my goal in every Sims game is to get the Grim Reaper to move into my house. So,
I I like to marry the Santa character.
oh my God, weirdo. I'm joking.
I am weird.
Like, I really do hope that with this game, there's like I don't know. I need for vampires to be back. I need witches to be back. I need all the fun things from Sims 3 without like all of the expansion packs to be in this game.
Which
Uh
I own almost all the expansion packs.
like that's the only thing because usually if I do play The Sims, it's like on a console and not like on the computer because I am not a computer geek, therefore I am not savvy when it comes to building up my PC to like run all this shit. I'm sorry, it's not me. If I end up finding a computer geek who knows how to set me up, I welcome you. So I cannot do all the mods and all the other stuff. So on the console, just have everything I need and I'll be happy.
I did try the porn mod once. It was pretty interesting.
Oh, I've seen that one.
I, d- I did not download any of the female parts though.
Oh, let the pussies be free. All right, let's get into the topic. Um, like now I really I might go play. You know what? I'm not going to play Sims. I'm not going to play Sims today. I should play soon, but not today because I still have House of Dragons to watch and finish up another show that I'm like mid episode on. Anyways, online versus traditional dating. Sorry, y'all. All right. So, of the two, which of those do you have a preference for between online and traditional dating?
Online, I'd be terrible at starting a relationship traditionally because I'm shy, I guess, when it
Mhm.
comes to that shit.
I get it. I'm extremely shy myself. Like I cannot. Like I used to have like so many random pickup lines for people. Like if someone's like, "Oh, I was in this situation. This person was so cute," and I'd be like, "Oh, you should have said this," and be like, "Oh my God, that is beautiful." And I'm just like, I never have that for myself because the shyness kicks in, and it's not even the fear of rejection. It's just like I have to talk to this person.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm not worried about like, getting rejected. A no isn't that big of a deal.
Right. So you're an online person. So how do you typically, meet your people that you're interested in? Like, is it a certain app that you use, or is it like, how do you find people? Facebook?
I mean, I just started using Facebook technically, but generally, I was using all of the apps for a while,
Mm.
like eight of them or something. Just seeing who I could meet. But I've been talking to this guy for a while, so I'm not really using them anymore.
Ooh, okay, spicy. We like
Yes.
it. How did y'all meet? Was it on the Tinder? It,
Oh, I don't remember which one it was. I'd have to look it up.
yeah, it's all good.
We just started texting after talking for a few days, so
Oh, I love it. I love it. Also, get off of Facebook. It's nothing there.
yeah, yeah. The only person I talk to on there just wants sex, and I'm like, I'm good.
Wow. Wait, is it the Facebook dating?
Yeah.
I was just talking about the entire platform. But
Oh.
I will say Facebook dating, I do like it a little bit. Mostly because I don't have to worry about paying to see who swiped right on me. I could just go
That's
straight to
true.
it and just be like, okay, I do like this person. Let's connect. And if I don't, I could just easily get rid of that person. And I think that's the benefit of Facebook dating versus everything else. And that additional layer of because it's already a big social media platform. And if I do want to connect with the person outside of the app, I can just give them my messenger. Like since, with me being off Facebook, even though I had to like get on there a little bit more recently about some things and also to celebrate the Queen's death. In style. I had to download the app and I saw that I had some matches or whatever. So I got on there. I was like, hey, I don't be on here. I'm not with you people, but I still have Messenger, so feel free to like message me there. And it's just like sends like my personal profile, which I do like that aspect. of Facebook dating so that if you do want to connect outside of that realm, you can. Like you can have a whole Facebook dating persona if you wanted to, and then give somebody access to who you really are, which is kind of weird, but also I get it. So yeah.
I haven't even filled out my profile on it. I put one picture.
I'm so done. It's not worth it though. Well, I will have to say I had met with somebody for a hookup off of there, so that played out. Um, so how do you typically make a connection with people?
Well, I basically do the basic hi, how are you sort of thing as an introduction. And
Hmm.
then I jump to what are you looking for to make sure they're not after just sex. Because
Hmm.
then if they are, then I know, okay, well, we could be friends if it's unlikely it'll go that way, but we could be friends. But it's not going to be any more than that.
See, I like that approach because that's also a similar approach that I take is you understand the intentions like immediately, like
Yeah.
what's going on here. Like for me, I do engage in that. If it is just for sex, I know where I can place this person. But if it's like to make a genuine connection, be it friendship or dating or relationship, then it's like, okay, cool, we can build off of that. So I know that it's not just strictly sexual or strictly physical connection that this person's looking for. So yeah, it's I do enjoy that. Hey, how are you? So what you looking for on this app? Like, let me know, and then just see if that either builds into something more, or is it just time to let this motherfucker go?
Yeah, and I never assume that it's going to jump into a relationship. It's always we'll see if we want to be friends or more, sort of thing.
Yes. And oh yes for not assuming because this you you have to ask people for real.
Yeah.
Like there was somebody I met off of one of these apps to be specific, it was Grinder. And this was when I was doing a self-care weekend, just relaxing, getting, it's been stressful. So I decided to like tend to myself, got a good jacuzzi tub and just like, did what needed to be done and felt great. Um, but I ended up connecting with somebody during that weekend, and we hooked up. Look, sometimes if I'm going to do self care might include being a hoe. So I would not say my weekend was intentionally hoe focused, but stuff happens. But with this person, we met up and hooked up, and after we hooked up, we just sat around chatting and whatnot and had wonderful conversation. I'll say quality conversation that you don't find often. And I was like, yes, Lord, where the fuck has this motherfucker been? Like, I like this energy. So we chatted for some time, like a week or so. And then I was just like, hey, I like your energy, and I just want to let you know that hey, if you're interested in pursuing, dating, I am interested in that. If not, we can still hook up every now and again because look, we already had that agreement beforehand that we do want to have sex more than once. So that was already understood. So I was like, I will not feel any type of way if there's any issues with, dating and whatnot. And his response was literally, well, I don't feel as though I'm ready to date anyone. And I don't want to lie to you because I will still be out here in these streets having sex with other people. And I was like, fam, I was not looking to make you my only. But just having that conversation even made things a little bit better. And most definitely in terms of how we communicate. Because like I think it was last weekend, we ended up talking on the phone. And before anybody get down my throat and just like, Bernard, I thought you say you don't like being on the phone. I still don't. But this was a quality fucking conversation, okay? Um, so even with that conversation, we were literally just talking about each other's most recent hookups with like random people or shit like that. And I'm like, that's the kind of stuff that I like. But yeah.
That's good for you.
But yeah, like having those kind of like conversations about what dating looks like for you and another person, or the what the expectations are for the both of you. I think those things are very important, like in the early stages of things. Most definitely, once you understand like what a person's intentions are. The Soliloquy podcast focuses on the variability of sexual expression. When it comes to sexual expression, we often depend on pornography to illustrate how one must perform sexually. For those who have not learned this by now, the stuff you see in porn is not real. Pornography provides a singular perspective of sexual expression that is not often the reality we see during our own sexual encounters. The Soliloquy podcast is a conversation that takes you outside of the compressed box of what many know about sex. Some of the topics we discuss includes kinks, condom usage, status disclosure, and past sexual experiences. The Soliloquy podcast steps out on sexual norms and recognizes that the norm is not the only normal. Subscribe today and join the conversation. Very important, like in the early stages of things. Most definitely, once you understand like what a person's intentions are, because I refuse to like put myself in a situation where someone expects me to be monogamous with them, because then they're going to be upset because it's not going to happen.
I
Mhm.
I'm definitely monogamous.
Oh, that's cute. We love the monogamists out there. We support you all. Y'all so basic.
That I don't know if that part's true.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Of course, I do judge monogamous on the lowest and highest of all keys. I do judge y'all monogamous people. I just can't do it. Like the stuff I hear about these days, of course, it's things I've heard about like throughout my life, but me being in the mindset of a poly person and hearing these things, I just be like, why are y'all putting up with this stuff in your relationships? Because ain't no way that like I don't understand heteronormativity anymore. And it's hilarious. Like me and my best friend, we just be talking about some shit and we just be like, yeah, that's not for me. Like people who think, oh, let's open our relationship up to include a third in order to make the relationship better. And I'm just like, if y'all not together and y'all are not great already, what is this third person going to do? Like, they're not Bob the fucking builder. They can't build your fucking relationship. So what?
Yeah.
Like, what?
I mean, if it's just to spice up the sex part, then that's fine.
Mhm.
But other than that, they're not gonna help with any emotional issues.
Exactly. And I just wonder, how does that actually spice up someone's sex life? Because
Oh, I have no idea. I would never do
it's like
it.
if the sex is not already spicy, like you're asking a whole person to come over to your house with all the seasonings. Like, what are we doing here? You don't have seasoning in your fucking kitchen?
That's a
I,
boring kitchen.
it's a boring ass kitchen. I don't want to be up in there. Like, you telling me I need to bring the paprika, the fucking cayenne pepper, the onion powder, the garlic powder, Auntie
I hope
Dash,
I
or
hope
whatever her
not the
name is,
cumin.
right? Not the comment. That's too much. It's way too much. Just go to the grocery store, find you a new somebody else, because that's not a house I'm trying to go to. Oh God, no. I could bring a little bit of ingredients. I thought this was a fucking potluck and everybody was bringing some shit. You telling me to bring everything? Oh no. Mm-mm. Okay, back on topic. So, when it comes to like people that you do connect with on like a romantic level, are there specific personality traits that you're looking into, or physical traits um, for those partners that you are like fascinated by? Like, what attracts you to them?
Um, I'm mostly interested in personality more than anything else. I'm trying to get to that one page where I wrote that list because I never remember off the top of my head. I
See.
had I have the notebook. Oh, right here. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, the personality traits I find the most important are honesty and kindness. They have to have a sense of humor. They don't necessarily have to be funny themselves, but they have to be able to recognize a joke.
Mm. Yes.
Um, they have to be a genuine person. They can't just pretend to be this or that. Just be yourself. And moralistic, not necessarily any on a religious stance, but in fact, too religious, and I probably know. But they have to know, they have to be a good person.
Mm. That's a good list. The ones that stood out to me. Okay, when you said religious, I just automatically was like, oh no, I cannot. Personally, I cannot. Well, yes and no. It just depends. It's a level. Like you said, there's a level to the religion
Yeah.
that I could accept. We can't. No. If you a Bible thumper, automatically go fuck your Bible. Literally go enjoy and put your dick or put the Bible in your pussy or up in your ass and fuck that shit until you come and I'm here for you.
When
Yes, I
I
will fight for you.
when I was in school, we called them religious fags. That works really well. Put the Bible up your ass.
I'm so done. Like they can keep that. I do not. I cannot do a Bible thumper. I'm sorry, y'all. I just cannot. But I can probably do someone who is within the religious circles, whatnot.
Yeah.
As long as they're not judgmental. But
Yeah.
yeah, the things that stood out to me is honesty, being a generous person, being, well, you said genuine, that's the word, being a genuine person, and um, those two. There were some other things I just cannot remember all of it that stood out to
That's
me.
my problem.
It's just when I heard religion, it just took everything else away. But yeah, honesty and being genuine are definitely up there on my list too. Oh, having a sense of humor. I remember that also stood out to me because like I do love someone that I can laugh with on a regular basis because sometimes you just need a laugh, regardless of how crazy this crazy ass world can be. To have a partner who's with you, who's fighting through everything with you, and still have time to make you feel special and make you laugh just seems phenomenal to have.
Yes.
Definitely if I can provide that to a partner too. Honesty is great because personally, I feel as though there's no need to really lie to people. If we lived in a society where we didn't practice brutal honesty and also be all about public relations, things would be so much easier in for a lot of people in expressing their honesty, because clearly we're very judgmental as like a society, probably even just a global community. I don't know that for a fact, but I feel like there's a lot of judgment going around.
I suspect you're right.
Right. And then just being genuine, you don't find too many people who are willing to just be themselves. There's so many people who just want to fit a script, fit a role, or fit whatever model best suits their image of success or what the culture deems as being successful. And I personally don't want anybody who has to be anything that they're not, because that means that they're willing to sacrifice their whole identity just to fit in. And that's going to make me feel extremely uncomfortable. And then I will also worry, like, if my partner is going to be like, you know what, he doesn't fit what everybody else wants society, well, what society wants us to be. So I need him to change, and I'm not going to change. Like I believe in, it evolving and changing yourself, but as long as changing yourself is something that is within you, and is not focused on outside perspectives or their view of you, and you're just doing it for your own betterment, then that's the only change that I support.
Yeah, there's this gay guy who started working for Marjorie Taylor Greene,
Ugh.
Yeah, I know, right? He he said he was saying he went through conversion therapy, which is a bullshit thing.
Hmm.
And he started referring to his current husband. Well, I don't know about current anymore. He started referring to his husband as his roommate.
Wow.
He got demoted to roommate.
Jesus.
So I suspect his ex-husband at this point.
I don't know how I will. Oh God, I would be a whole ass mess. Like I'm not, of course I'm not all for like outing people, but fam, we've been together all this time. We have paperwork to show that we're married, and you're talking about some damn conversion therapy, which is not a success at all, people. If you did not know, it's not a success. It does not work. It is torture. It is real mental torture. It is horrible. And there's a lot of sexual trauma that goes into conversion therapy too, people. If y'all did not know, now you know.
And
Um,
physical as well.
eh, exactly. So it's like so much shit going on with conversion therapy. But if my partner decides, oh yes, you're a roommate, motherfucker, who?
Right?
A roommate?
Like
As
this
in,
is exactly why I don't want a gun.
as in, so you're saying that we're no longer committed because a roommate at like me. Oh, okay. I'll show you what a fuck roommate is. Because typically I'm a great roommate, I would say. I usually just stick to myself, don't want to bother other people's stuff. I do believe like the refrigerator is like a community space. And I don't use other people's stuff, but if I purchase stuff, it's usually for the community. But yeah, I will be the roommate from hell. I will be having sex in our bed on a regular basis. I will be having parties randomly, have all the drag queens, drag kings, everybody in
Hell
the
yeah.
house, all my trans friends, they pulling up. I'm going to make sure their expenses are paid by whatever fucking political campaign you're doing for Miss Green and all this motherfucking shit. Oh, it's going to be a party, fam. All the fucking Stella Rosa, because we love Auntie Stella. Miss Taylor Port is visiting. We gonna have a fucking party because you want to make me a fucking roommate?
Get
Okay,
some of her PPP money.
listen, listen. Pay by the offices of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Hallelujah. Child have people doing weaves in the back and everything, building wigs, smoking weed. Probably have somebody taking a shot of heroin too in some corner. All paid by Marjorie Taylor Greene. We love it for you. We love it, sis. Thank you.
Give her some real publicity.
Look, queers for margarine.
Oh,
Oh,
she'd hate it.
oh God. She'll probably have some flavor finally, because I know her food is unseasoned.
Oh, right. At Crystal's, I found out used to use salt and pepper on their burgers. I'm like, you guys use that in the South?
Hold up. Don't you dare come for the South. We use nothing but seasoning here.
Oh, I know, but they were talking about salt and pepper.
Oh,
I was like, I didn't know that was a thing here.
child. Oh God. Now I really do want to have this damn party. Like, I need to find out who I know so we can get some shit planned on her expense. Like, yes, Marge. Yes. Margie. Margarine. Yes, bitch. All right. Back to the episode. So one of the things, oh, I forgot. I probably should have announced this like at the beginning of episode. Like we did mix in two topics for this conversation. We were also discussing preferences too, but we kind of already got into that. So, what are your personal preferences when it comes to people that you date?
Um, uh, well, the personality traits I listed are the important ones. The only physical trait I would require is also a personality trait, and it's being gentle.
Mm. Mm. Oh, gentle. Oh, give me a hug when I want a hug. Give me a sweet kiss when I want a sweet kiss, and cuddle me when I want my cuddles.
Yes.
Yes, we are here for the cuddles. if you here for the cuddles, make sure you already subscribe to the podcast. I don't know, just putting that out there. You might as well. You might as well, people. So you don't have any like physical preferences, like they have to be tall, short, anything like that. It's just all based on the energy that you get from the person.
I guess it'd be weird to date someone taller than me. I'm six
Hmm.
two, so it's pretty tall. But I wouldn't say no to it. It would just take some getting used to.
I say give it a try. Give it a try. So I used to like hate anybody who's taller than me, not because like I want to be the tallest person in the room. Weird thing, I always wanted to be short. It's just the height was like fuck you and whatever you want.
It
You're gonna
sucks
be tall as
bumping your
hell.
head on shit, trust me.
Exactly. But like I used to be like anybody over 6 feet is just ridiculously tall for no real reason. And then I reached like 6 feet myself, and then I reached 6'1", and then it just like kept going. And I think even recently I grew like another half an inch, and I'm just like, I'm too old to be growing more. Like, I'm good. Like I don't drink enough milk to make me feel comfortable with this extra bone length. Like what the fuck? But
If it ain't got chocolate in it, I don't drink milk.
what? Sir, I love me some good 2%.
My my sister put extra calcium in my milk one time when I was like 11 or something, and I threw it up, and now I only taste the calcium in white milk.
Oh, that's mm.
So, I mean, if there's cereal residue in it, I can do it. I will put a shot of vanilla Italian soda flavoring in it sometimes.
The hell is Italian soda flavoring?
Okay, the flavored syrups in the giant bottles you can get at the grocery store. Does that help?
So, okay, is that like the name of the brand?
No, Italian sodas is what my mom used to use them to make. It was that and um
Uh,
some weird soda that doesn't have flavor.
oh, so it's just like the general syrups.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck is this?
That's just what
Like,
I call them because I don't know what they're called.
like, I like this. I might need to try some of this. What's up? Um, yeah, I need to. You know what? No, I'm not going to the store to get syrup. But I do have some ice cream in the fucking freezer. Yes, bitch. Okay, I need to get off my sugar kick. Okay, so we were talking about Tinder in the and y'all, I'm so sorry. It's the ADHD, and I'm having a great time and great conversation. So we're all over the place. One of the things, if you ever select, to come on a show, because that is an option available to people. Um, I mentioned that I go off on tangents in the guest application. So don't be surprised when you're actually doing the show. I go off on tangents. Like
Every episode.
every episode. And speaking of which, I probably should mention this earlier. Lucas is actually a listener who became a member of, the conversation. Like, look at that. Two for two, y'all. Uh, but yeah, we were talking about Tinder in the intake meeting. How do you feel about that platform?
That's the swiping one, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not crazy
It's the
about that.
swiping one. I'm done. There's more than one that swipes, but that is
Yeah,
the
that's
main
true.
swiping one. It's the main one, so yes.
I I don't necessarily like the idea of swiping because you're literally judging the book by the cover.
Mm.
And a lot of good books have crappy covers.
Amen. Amen. I've met a good bit of crappy books. Um, a conversation that I think, I don't know when that episode airs, or was this a recording? Whatever. I was talking to Tyrell about um, something that came to my mind a couple weeks ago, and it was about, sorry, y'all. It was about like, are we less superficial because of like well, are we more superficial because we have access to like apps like Tinder, or have we always just been this superficial? It's just Tinder makes it easier. And I was thinking about like if we literally had like a line set up of people in front of us, and we had the opportunity just like, okay, not you, yes, you, would we still be doing the same things that we do on Tinder?
Oh, I don't, I think it would be harder to do that in person.
Hmm.
Um, or partially because I don't like, unless you deserve it, I don't like being a complete dick.
Well, let's say that everyone who's going to be moved in person are they're consenting to that, and they know that there is that sense of rejection that may happen. Would that change your perspective on would you freely just like not you, yes you?
Um, I mean, it sounds fun in a way. It
Hmm.
depends on what happens. I think on the Ellen show at one point they were doing it where if you swiped no, they went into a big ball pit. So I think that I would probably do that. But
It's like
in
fine.
yeah, I think the superficial thing is came with the age of technology.
Hmm.
Before technology was big, I don't think it was as big of a thing.
Hmm. See, I have to disagree. The only reason why is when you think about beauty standards, those things have always been there.
Oh, that's
And
true.
this was before technology, but to the extent of it is the difference. And I will say at least before there was like a lot more magazines that produce images of people or what the perfect body should be, it was a little bit more freeing in like whatever a person attracts. But then again, because my mind always like mixing the fact that the let's say from the 1500s all the way up until um let's go with 1950s, probably, yeah, I will say up until today, all of that is just a whole heap of just fucked up messery that is just like, well, we you there's a lot of nuance within those decades, well, those centuries.
Yeah. I think availability played a big factor too, because I've got some ancestors, they were two brothers and they
Hmm.
married a set of sisters because the community they lived in was like 30 people. So they
Oh,
didn't have any other choice.
and that's a good point. That is a very good point. So it's like, so those are the things that, yeah, it's a lot to think about. So I wonder like if, because I know even with the um invention of like television, and you have the ability to see so many like, take Sidney Poitier, um, very handsome, beautiful man, but it's like if that's the only person that you see and that's the representation of a certain community, then it's just like, oh, that's a fine black man. Yes, yes, yes. But at the same time, he wasn't the finest black man. Or even, you have a whole generation of women who's just like, oh, I love some Denzel, but Denzel was always in those hot films. So, or I love Holly Berry because I love Holly Berry. But that's because she played Storm, my favorite Marvel character. Because, oh my God, Storm. Mm.
Yeah, I always loved Storm and Beast.
Oh God, yes, Beast. Yeah, Beast. Beast can get it. I have oh, Gambit's also a fave too. We're not going on to Marvel for now. We're not doing this. But, so it's like with the exposure of certain images, and it's that expectation that this, because they're on the screen, this is what beauty is supposed to be, rather than the average person. Huh, I don't know. And even when I think about it that way, if you have a whole room with a lot of beautiful people, well, societal standard beautiful people, then they're the average. So it's like all of them then become average. So it's, I don't know. My mind just does whatever the hell it wants.
That's what's good about them opening up for like plus size models and stuff,
Yeah.
is that it's hopefully going to alter that. perception.
Yeah, I hope so. And also, if anyone who hears this podcast episode and they're in the industry of searching for, plus size models, hit your boy up because I'm fine as fuck. That's all I'm saying. But I need to stop. All right. So there's technically two more things that we need to that I have to discuss in this episode, but we also are running out of time and need to get into this never have I ever segment. So I'm still going to go to those topics, just combine them. And those last two topics is all about sending nudes and also decorating the dick pic because if for me, I'm like, if you're going to be sending something like a dick pic or a nude, I need some kind of energy put into it. Where's your stance on sending nudes, and do you prefer for someone to do something a little bit extra when they send in the nude, or just leave it as is?
Um, Depends on the quality of the dick.
Mm, mm,
But in general, if you were to add something to it, it would definitely stand out, even if
mm,
it's especially actually if it's not the greatest dick.
mm,
But like I think I don't like it when people like that's their first thing. They don't even say hi yet. They
mm.
just send a pic. Then that's just a turn off. It's like you're way too easy.
I get that. Like whenever someone sends me like a nude, I'm just like, so do you want me just to want you for your body or
Right.
that's not who I am. I actually want to like the person that I'm having sex with. I'm sorry if that's offensive to you. Like I need to like somewhat find you as a decent person because if it's just your body and you want to just be used for your body, I'm going to ask you to find somebody who wants to use you because I'm not a user. Now I am a facilitator of, pleasure in a sense. So if you're looking to be pleased and I'm looking to be pleased, then we can meet on that mutual level.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were a pimp.
Well, I'm that too. Let me stop. Somebody might look into my history like this motherfucker might actually be a pimp. Hold the fuck up. I don't
Just
get
a
paid
joke.
enough. If the finances change drastically, then there's something else going on there. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just being honest. Then we might want to make sure if I'm a pimp or not. I'm joking. I'm joking. Y'all do not think I'm out here pimping hoes. I'm not pimping hoes, but I do got hoes. There's a difference. Oh God. So on that note, let's going ahead and switch over to I've never finished up the actual card game of Never Have I Ever, so I need to do that. So let me pull out this.
This is probably what I'm most nervous for.
Oh, B. So, never have I ever posted a nude picture on Facebook by accident.
Oh God, no. That'd be so embarrassing.
Look, I have not and don't plan on doing that. Actually, that's a lie. I have not posted a nude picture on Facebook. However, I am having a nude photo shoot, and that picture is going to go on Facebook when that does happen. So I haven't done it yet, but it's coming.
I do have a cousin who did this post on Facebook saying, I know there's a nude picture of me going around and it's embarrassing, but it happens. And I'm just, oh, well about it. And there was no picture. He just wanted to see who would go and look for
Oh, I love that. I
it.
love that so much. I always wondered why people would like for me, if I'm curious about like somebody posted something like that, I'm just going to reach out to them like, hey, I'm not going to go search for this, but I'm intrigued. What the hell do you look like while nude? Like, since it's already out there, do you mind sharing? Because I'm not trying to like go out there and find it. If they're just like, no, you weirdo, I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I guess I don't need to see you nude, even though you got a nude picture out here somewhere. It's okay. I know my place in this moment, and it's not to be looking at your news, and I'm okay with that. Like that would be a very interesting conversation at that point. Like, how long have you wanted to see me nude? Since you posted that on Facebook. I
Yeah, there was a lot of him saying things like, "I didn't know this about you" and stuff like that.
Oh, Lord. All right. Would you like another?
Yes.
So, never have I ever fallen asleep during sex.
No, I'm far too focused.
You're a good one. I have.
uh, I feel bad for you because that means he was boring, or she maybe.
It wasn't it wasn't that it was boring. It's just it was going on so late in the night. And we've been like on and off with the sex for like a good 2 hours or so. And this was like a couple years
Oh,
ago when
damn.
I was like in um North Carolina, um doing being a hoe. It was a hoe trip. And I talked about this on a earlier episode of the podcast. It was between me and Sharita, the conversation about when someone fell asleep on my ass. Yeah, that's when I almost fell asleep before he fell asleep on me. So it was like it was a mess. But yeah, so I definitely
A-
have.
After that long, I might because that's a lot of energy.
It's a lot of energy. Like some water, please. A Gatorade or something. Like, oh my, like people, if you know you have high stamina, well, okay, I can go multiple rounds. So that was my issue there. And I was like, hey, you want to go again after, first one and a half? I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and go again, whatever. But if you know that you can go multiple rounds, people, make sure you stay hydrated. Make sure you have, I guess, Gatorade or Powerade. I don't know, whatever energy drink people do, or electrolyte building things, whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. Have some liquids, people. Have liquids, okay? That's the gist of what I'm saying. Get you some fucking liquids to replenish. I was going to say electrolytes, but look, I'm pretty great at anatomy, but I forgot a lot of shit.
I don't know anything about anatomy really.
Look. Well, for those people who drink out there, those drinkers, here's a trick. If you don't have the funds to, get like a Pedialyte or, which is great for like building up your electrolytes after, like drinking heavily. A good way to replenish your electrolytes is to get some table salt and water. Do not put too much salt in there. Salt water is not what I'm saying. Just get like a pinch of salt, probably two. Put that in some water. Doesn't have to be a lot of water, just enough to dissolve it. Drink that. If it has a semi-salty taste to it, it's pretty decent balance. That's a good way to replenish your electrolytes because of the salt, the water, break it down, chemicals. There you go. That's how it works. But don't overdo it because you'll dry your body out. You might pass out.
I generally drink a glass of water in between each alcoholic drink.
Mm, there's another trick for you. I like that. Would you like another?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to go with would you rather. So,
Okay.
would you rather cry every time you orgasm or laugh uncontrollably?
Oh, I'm gonna go with a laugh and just hope he didn't have it. Well, actually, if he had too small of a penis, I wouldn't be with
Damn.
it.
Let the micropene people live. Jesus. If you have a micropene and you were upset by that comment and you liked it, feel free to DM me because I'm so into small dick humiliation. That's what I'm saying. But we love you. We love you, micropene people. We love you. Um,
I'm not a hoe, but I don't want a hot dog down a hallway situation.
I'm so done. Like for me, I don't know because I'm like, as long as I get an orgasm, I'm great. So it's like, I you know. I will go with cry. I will not mind tearing up after a good orgasm because sometimes the eyes need to water and they just need to release whatever they need to release. I don't know how I will feel if I just start laughing while I was orgasming. I would not feel okay myself. I would like I would just I don't know.
Oh
Like
wait, I I I hope it wouldn't be some creepy laugh coming out.
oh my God, just start cackling. Ah! Oh my God. Are you okay? Are-
If it's a creepy laugh, I'll go with cry.
like, oh my. Like my only thing is like I'm okay with laughter during sex because sometimes funny shit happens during sex. Like literally, I hooked up with somebody and I was trying out some a new condom brand, and they do have some great condoms. I am going to name drop them. They have great condoms. I use their other ones. They're great. They're wonderful. Most definitely their thin one. But B condoms, they have like a snugger fit um condom, and it's not necessarily that it's small. It looks small because it's supposed to fit tightly around the penis. And the dude he pulled it out and he was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I looked and I was like, "Oh my God." And we just like burst out laughing because we were just like, "Is that like for your thumb or some shit? Like, what the hell is this?"
Those finger cots, we call them finger condoms.
So like having funny moments during sex to me is needed. So yes, the that to laugh during sex, I'm all here for it. But it's just laughter for orgasm. I don't know. I don't know. Cause like I have a variety of fucking laughs that come out of me on a regular basis. And I don't if it's a cackle, I would just be like, you know what? I think I'm done with the sex in this moment. And we cannot do a second one because I'm not trying to cackle again. You know what? Bitch, maybe fucking cackle. Yes. You know what? No, no, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
I've been told that my laugh is annoying. The best thing I've heard about it is it
Damn.
sounds like SpongeBob.
Ew, that's okay. I'm here for SpongeBob laugh, but damn, I would hate for somebody to say my laugh is annoying. Like,
Oh,
bitch, you saying
don't
my
stop me
laughter is
from.
not okay?
I usually laugh when people say that.
Child, you're not gonna tell me not to have my joy. That's what we not gonna do.
That's
You're
that's
gonna
exactly
have
why I
I'm going to
laugh.
annoy you.
Yep.
Lord. Okay. I think it's that time to go ahead and close out this episode. First off, thank you, Lucas, so much for participating in the Holistic podcast. I appreciate you so much. Do you have any last words that you'd like to share to the audience before I close everything out?
Um, what was it? Nitwit, blubber, oddment, and tweak.
The hell?
It's from Harry Potter.
I was about to say, motherfucker, are you releasing fucking cheat codes on my fucking pot? Like, oh look,
And
if you were trapped in the Matrix, that's the cheat code right there. What was that?
I, um, Nitwit, blubber, oddment, and tweak. I don't think it was in the first movie, but it was in the first book. Dumbledore said, "I before the feast." This was when they first got to school. Before the feast, I got a few words, and then nitwit, blubber, oddment, and tweak, and then the food appeared.
Oh, well, look, there we go. We got the cheat code to the Matrix as well as the feast coming our way. I'm here for it. I'm fucking here for it. Oh, again, thank you so much, Lucas. To the audience, thank y'all so much for listening to the Holistic podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. Just in case no one else told you this today, you are beautiful. You are worthy of happiness and joy. You are enough and then some. You may not live up to the expectations of others, but that is okay. You are only required to walk in your own shoes. May each day you live lead you towards abundance. With that said, love you all and see you next episode. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Holiloquy Podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. You can subscribe to the podcast through your favorite podcasting app and find us on the web at www.holiloquy.com. That's www.HEAUXLILOQUY.com. Share the podcast with your friends and join the conversation.